Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. This is the reorganization meeting of the Linden City Council on January 7th, 2020. This meeting is now called to order. Actually, tonight we have a special guest to conduct our prayer. We have Father Eric from St. Teresa's Parish, who we'd like to call up. Give it. Thank you, Father. Please stand, everyone.
Heavenly Father, as we gather together at the beginning of New Year, we are asking for your blessings. Dear God, in our hearts we plan our course, but we pray that you establish our steps. We pray that we seek you for advice. Let us not make decisions based upon what we know, but let us act based upon your wisdom. Please guide us, Lord. We place this meeting, ourselves, in your hands. We place our hearts and our minds in your hands, so that you may direct us. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Father. Please remain standing. We'll now have the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session, please sign in on the sheets provided in the front of the room. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. The members of the council who were elected in the November 5th, 2019 general election have subscribed to their oaths of office prior to January 1st, 2020. But for the benefit of the public in attendance, the officials will repeat the process. The oath of office will be administered to the following elected and re-elected officials. First, we're going to start with Councilman Barry E. Javik of the 2nd Ward. He will be sworn in by Mayor Derek Armstead. Please. And holding the Bible will be his fiancée, Deborah Azevedo. Will you please step forward? Councilman Javik.
Solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state, under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of office of 2nd Ward Councilman for a 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2020, and ending December 31st, 2022, according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Congratulations. Hey, Mayor, you could stay down there, okay? Next, we would like to call up Councilwoman of the Third Ward, Monique Caldwell. She will also be sworn in by Mayor Derek Armstead. Holding the Bible will be her husband, Raymond Caldwell. And we would like to ask Trevor Caldwell, Tyler Caldwell, Ramona Buell, Winfred Buell, and Keith Buell to please come to the podium with her.
Repeat after me. I
I, Monique Caldwell,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the government established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of office of the Third Ward Councilwoman
of the office of the Third Ward Councilwoman
for a 3-year term
for a 3-year term
commencing January 1st, 2020,
commencing January 1st, 2020,
and ending December 31st, 2022,
and ending December 31st, 2022,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
You get a chance to sit down. Relax. Oh, thanks.
Okay. Next, we will have the swearing in of Councilwoman of the Fifth Ward, Rashana Cosby. She will be sworn in by Honorable Judge Carl L. Marshall. Holding the Bible will be her aunt, Ms. Karen Rowe. Will her sisters Tafshir Cosby Thomas, her children Ashley, Balil Rashan, Derek Charles, and Sharice please come up to the podium?
All right, let me stand over here.
Scooch.
Yeah.
Get over here. Derek, you tall, get in the back. Cece, get over here by Ashley.
Do you affirm or?
I'm not fine.
Okay. Raise your,
Y'all ready?
put your left hand down on the Bible and flip the Bible around.
This way.
Yeah, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all
Which
the way.
way?
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There you go.
It's upside down.
There's the reason. Raise your hand.
You gotta tell me what.
I'll tell you. I
I, Rashana C. Cosby,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United
of
States
the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New
of the
Jersey,
State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance to the same. I'm sorry, I went ahead
to the
of you.
same,
I'm sorry.
okay, and to the
And
governments
to the governments
established
established
in the United
in
States
the United States
and in this
and
state
in this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people.
of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of
of the office of
5th Ward Councilwoman
5th Ward Councilwoman
for a 3-year term
for a 3-year term
commencing January 1st, 2020,
commencing January 1st, 2020,
and ending December 31st, 2022,
and ending December 31st, 2022,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask the committee members who ran with me to please come stand with me, because this election was not just for me, it was for us, and we had a long fight. So Elijah, Miss Pat, and Virginia, if you'll come and just stand with me. This was our election. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Come on, Miss Pat, Elijah. Nice, you taking pictures, right, Nice?
I'm gonna step in and then I'm gonna step out.
Is that right?
I'm gonna step in and then I'm gonna step out.
Okay.
This one.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
I don't know what you said.
Okay.
Okay. Don't leave. Oh, thank you.
You know I'm getting out of this.
Okay, we will now administer the oath of office to the councilman of the 7th Ward, Ralph Strano. He will be sworn in by the city clerk, Joseph C. Bodak, and holding the Bible will be his wife, Mary Beth Strano.
I,
Ralph Strano,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially, and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the office of 7th Ward Councilman
perform all the duties of the office of the 7th Ward Councilman
for a 3-year term commencing January 1, 2020,
for a 3-year term commencing January 1st, 2020,
and ending December 31st, 2022,
and ending December 31st of 2022,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
At this time, I'd like to ask our county clerk, Joanne Rajapi, to please come forward and present the certificates of election to the elected and re-elected council persons. Hello, Joanne.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Council President Yamagaitis. I'm very happy to be here tonight. We've had quite a few reorganizations going on in the county, so I apologize for being a little late. But part of my duties as county clerk is to certify the election results. So your vote on election day is counted on election night. The next day, we recheck it, and 8 days later, we certify it. We sit down with the board. The Board of Elections and the county clerk together comprise the Board of Canvassers. So I'm very happy. I know they've been installed already, and Garnet Blaine, I know, has already taken office. Nonetheless, I'd like to present this certificate of election that states that the Board of County Canvassers determined that an election held in our county on the 5th day of November, 2019, Garnet Blaine was duly elected to 8th Ward Council member for an unexpired term in the city of Linden, New Jersey. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand this 13th day of November, 2019. Congratulations. Here we go. And next, I won't say he's my old friend. I've known him a long time, Ralph Strano. Ralph, where are you? There you are.
Ralph, why don't you go down?
Ralph, like Garnet, I have a certificate here which states that you were duly elected to the 7th Ward as a council member for a 3-year term in the city of Linden, beginning January 1st, 2020. Congratulations, Ralph. And next, I have a certificate for Barry, is it E?
Barry
I
E.
hope it's E, 'cause
Yes.
that's what we put on it. Barry E. Javik was duly elected to the 2nd Ward Council for a 3-year term in the city of Linden, New Jersey. You're welcome. Next, we have a certificate, and Monique, I just want to say, this is your certificate, and as you may know, this year is the 100th anniversary of the passage of the 19th Amendment that gave women the vote. I'm happy to see so many women on council. And Monique, this states that you were duly elected to the 3rd Ward Council for a 3-year term in the city of Linden. Congratulations to you. And lastly, but not least, we have Roshana C. Cosby, who was elected to the 5th Ward Council for a 3-year term for the city, in the city of Linden. Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you, Joanne, thank you. Okay. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll? Oh, give it a second.
Mrs. Ormond? Here. Javik?
Here.
Caldwell?
Here.
Mohammed? He's excused.
He's excused.
Cosby? Here. Roman?
Present.
Strano?
Here.
Blaine?
Here.
Medina?
Here.
Hickey?
Here.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Here. At this time, I'd like to have the pleasure of calling up Mayor Armstead to give his annual State of the City address.
Thank you. Good evening, all. Good evening, Council President Yamakaitis, the elected officials, family, friends, and residents of the great city of Linden. Let me begin the annual State of the City address by wishing you all the happiest and healthiest of New Year's. As the poet Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, "Write it on your heart that every day is the best day of the year." My sincerest congratulations to Councilman Ralph Strano, Councilman Barry Javik, Councilwoman Roshana Cosby Hurling on their re-election, and to Councilman Garnet Blaine and Councilwoman Monique Caldwell on their election to City Council. I wish you all Godspeed. It's an honor to begin my 6 years as your mayor. My family has called Linden home for 4 generations, and serving as your mayor is a privilege that few have held and one that I honor and cherish every day, and for this I am grateful. A lot has happened since I was sworn in as mayor on January 5th, 2015, and I'm happy to report to you today that the city of Linden is financially sound, ever expanding, and is a celebration of diversity. The key to being successful is to make Linden affordable. If you recall, and if you don't, I'll remind you what I promised when I ran for office 6 years ago. I promised we would eliminate the garbage tax. We did. Since then, we lowered taxes twice and intend to do so again in 2020. Unfortunately, for better or for worse, New Jersey has a property tax-based system. Cities and towns that have a solid tax base, residential and commercial, are the ones that thrive and ultimately will survive. While gone are the days when companies like Exxon and General Motors were huge taxpayers, it's imperative that we do everything we can to bring in new business and redevelopment. The larger commercial tax base, the less homeowners have to pay. So that's why development is key in this town. With a growing majority on the school board who work closely with this administration, budgetary discipline has finally been imposed at the Board of Education. With that being said, I would like to welcome the members of the Linden Board of Education who are present here this evening. As I look out in the audience, I see that our board president, Greg Martucci, could not be here, but he is represented by what I refer to as better three-quarters. Raina Martucci, thank you for coming out and representing your husband this evening. I see we have Kasha Kozak, a board member, and we have Doris Johnson, another board member who's here. Thank you all for coming. Oh, I'm sorry, and Carlos Rivas. Thank you, Carlos, for attending as well. I'd like to congratulate Greg Martucci, Sinead Gilliam on their re-elections, and Carlos Rivas for his successful election to the school board. History was made as they gave the city a zero tax increase this past year, and this was the first time since becoming an elected Board of Education. They're to be commended. I know you will all do a great job to keep the school board taxes down again this year, and I thank you all for coming this evening. Here are some facts you may not know or have heard about. In Linden, there's a record 21,000 plus Linden residents who've secured jobs. Our unemployment rate in Linden is 3.5%. This is below the national average. Our crime rate is down. The Super Fresh supermarket has opened on Style Street, and they've hired 64 Linden residents. Now, we promised we'd get that store back open, and we did. Blue Apron prepares meals and employs 2,000 people, many of which are from Linden. The Super Walmart has opened on routes 1 and 9 and has hired between 175 and 200 Linden residents at our Legacy Square Center. A Chick-fil-A, Hook and Reel, LA Fitness, and a Holiday Inn Express are on their way and will soon be under construction. Linden has also become a leader in renewable energy here in Union County. Some of our green projects are as follows. Aries Clean Energy, who will build New Jersey's first biosolid gasification facility, which converts sewage into biochar for agricultural use and fuel. This renewable energy project will generate approximately $440,000 annual revenue to the city. $40,000 which will be used in developing and implementing a training program for Linden High School students. This program will train the students in the trades that support wastewater treatment operations and gasification technologies. Aries will work with the Linden Board of Education and the local trade unions to design a comprehensive curriculum in addition to funding this effort. Our old city landfill, which has been closed for the last 20 years and has cost the city over $200,000 to maintain each year, has been recently leased to CS Energy, who will install a solar farm on the 55-acre site and will generate approximately $280,000 a year in revenue to the city. CS was one of 44 energy companies in New Jersey who will be allowed by the BPU to participate in a New Jersey Community Solar Program. This program allows CS Energy to offer upwards of 1,000 Linden low and moderate income residents solar-powered electric at a reduced cost. R&G Energy is building an anaerobics digester plant on the old Clayton property. This is at the base of Trinley Point Road. This will produce biogas, which will be used for heat and power generation and in making a fertilizer product. This plant will cut down on greenhouse gas emissions and reduce the carbon footprint. The revenue from this project will be well over $1 million annually. As you can see, with these green projects alone, the city will realize close to $2 million per year while saving the city the maintenance and engineering fees at our landfill. And I'm proud in turning our city green. Let me discuss some other projects that are going on in our town. City Village, which is a mixed-use project on St. George Avenue, is under construction. Their Phase 1 is scheduled to be completed this spring. The site was vacant for almost 40 years. It's proof positive that an area of the city that was long neglected is turning around. Plus, this puts this property back on the tax rolls. It will be an additional revenue of about $12 million to our city over the next 30 years. Meridian's Lifestyle 2 is scheduled to open this year. It's another key component to our transit village, and this project over the next 30 years will add approximately $16 million to the city's coffers. Meridian 1001, the former United Lacquer property, will be another residential retail development. The developer has already paid the city $1 million for the property and will remediate the property. Over a 30-year term, this project is projected to provide the city with an additional $30 million in tax revenue. It should be noted that we haven't received a dime in taxes on this property for over 30 years. The Linden Station Apartments projects on the old JTG scaffolding site is under construction, with a scheduled completion date by year's end. Over the next 30 years, this project will add approximately $25 million to our tax base. And while we're talking about our transit village and projects around the train station, I'm delighted to report this evening that on January 9th, we will be meeting with the upper echelon of New Jersey Transit to discuss partnering with them towards a common vision of a spectacular functional transit-oriented development that we can all be proud of. Wood Springs Suites Hotel and Cube Smart is under construction on East Linden Avenue, and the city will receive approximately $13 million over the next 30 years. So as you can see, we're moving in the right direction. Advanced Greek has begun construction on our Linden Logistics Center. This will be a 4.1 million square foot warehousing district in Trimley Point. This development project will be the largest industrial development in New York, New Jersey metro area, and the largest warehousing district in the Northeast upon completion. The developer is currently obligated to remediate this property. It is projected to provide Linden with an additional $140 million over the 30-year term. This project will create 3,000 well-paying jobs, not to mention the construction jobs that it will provide. Lastly, at the former Siemens mattress factory on Brunswick Avenue, City Council has referred this location to the Planning Board to allow a 5,000 square foot warehouse to be constructed. If approved, this will be another great addition to our steady stream of increased taxes to our city for many decades to come. More good news. We were recently notified that an engineering firm has been hired by the state to start the beginning stages of the Connector Road. As many of you know, this long overdue project we've been fighting for since the days of Mayor Gregorio, and we're looking forward to that Connector Road to reduce traffic on our Southwood Avenue corridor. To help residents better understand how redevelopment works, on February 19th at the John T. Gregorio Center from 6 o'clock to 9 p.m., our LEDC Director, Alex Laspinoso, our Redevelopment Council, McManaman, Scotland, and Bauman, and our financial professionals, NW Financial, will be hosting a redevelopment educational forum for all of you who would like to attend. This forum, we hope, will help clarify any concepts or misconceptions that you have with regards to redevelopment and pilot programs. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the city's workforce and all who work hard to make Linden a better place to live, and I want to thank you all. In our fire department, we swore in a new fire chief, William Haskell. I've known Billy for most of my life, and I know the fire department is in good hands. I'd like to welcome Chief Haskell once again. Last year, I mentioned we were hiring 8 new firefighters, 2 of which were going to be our first female fighters, and I must say, all of them are doing extremely well. And this year, we're hopeful that we'll hire 10 more to add to the complement. This past July, they held their first Youth Fire Academy, and it was well attended. With that said, if any students going into 7th, 8th, or 9th grade are interested, keep an eye out for the announcement. In our police department, under the direction of Chief Hart, we've hired 13 new police officers this year, and will hopefully be adding 8 more this year. In 2019, the police department did the most community outreach in its history, and this includes the initiation of a Linden chaplaincy program. They also held their second annual Youth Academy and will be hosting another this July. This academy is also for students going into 7th, 8th, and 9th grades. I'm proud to say that our crime rate is down, and I want to thank the chief and our many police officers. And please let us not forget in today's world that it's not easy being a police officer. Frank Dan, our Director of Public Works and Public Properties, has retired as of December 31st. I'd like to thank him for his service to our community. Recently, this department implemented a series of changes with regards to our recycling and garbage collection. And although we still will be collecting bulk trash curbside on a quarterly basis, we'll also be allowing Linden residents for the first time to bring their bulk trash to our Lower Road facility. This past year, we put out a newspaper called The Recycling Corner. If anyone didn't get one, please call my office. We have plenty on hand that we can redistribute. The men and women both of our Department of Public Works and Public Properties work very hard to keep Linden and our community a safe and clean place that we can be proud of, and I can't thank them enough. In the Recreation Department, Al McDonald, who was the director, has retired after many years of service to this community, and I wish him Godspeed in his retirement. To fill his vacancy, we've hired Ralph Dunham, and I want to acknowledge him at this time. Ralph, are you here? As many of you know, we have one of the best recreation departments around. They host an array of programs for our youth and our seniors. Every year, we put on a summer concert series, which is well attended by many from all over the state. Our children have many parks that they can go to, and during the lazy, hazy days of summer, have an opportunity to attend day camps or just go to the park and join in many activities that are implemented by our park directors. One last thing in our recreation department, we lost an amazing woman this year in Nancy Braxton. Nancy gave of herself tirelessly, and at this time, I would like to take a moment to honor her memory, and I'd like to ask for a moment of silence. Thank you. I would like to wish George Verchick, who also retired from his position as our city engineer, Godspeed to him in his retirement, and we thank him for the many years of service to our community. At this time, I'd like to reintroduce Nick Patina and welcome him as he is our new engineer. I'm certain he'll do a fine job. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my office staff, Rebecca, Leanne, and Alex. To be perfectly honest, I'd be lost without them. They go above and beyond the call of duty, and that's a fact. So I thank each and every one of you for all you do for me. Again, thank you to all the employees of this great city, whether here in City Hall or out in the field or in other buildings, for making this city a great place to live. Because without you, there'd be no me. Now, there's another side to being a mayor that's equally important to our community as its development, and that is the residents who live here in our city. This administration is committed to bringing the public together and providing events that foster a sense of unity that reminds us all how important it is for us to be a community. These events would not happen if it were not for those volunteers who work tirelessly to bring us together. Our Mayor's Youth Commission, our Linden Cultural and Heritage Committee, our Special Improvement District under the direction of Mike Bono. They've been working together tirelessly to bring many events together for our residents of this town. Some of these community events are as follows: Kids to Park, the Mayor's Unity Day, our Latin Festival, which was the first we had this year, it was an inaugural festival, our Polish Festival, another one which was the first we had this year. We had our first Haitian Festival, our Back to Pack School for You, September to Remember, Breakfast with Santa, Christmas tree lighting ceremony, our holiday celebrations, and many others. Another important committee is our Linden Municipal Alliance. They've been busy bringing educational programs to our children and their parents. They also conduct training sessions for residents who want to be more informed about recent drug trends, as well as alcohol, drug, and social media addictions. We encourage any and all of you who may be interested to come and join with these committees. Before I conclude my State of the City address, there's a key component I cannot forget, and that is my family. To my mother, who couldn't be here this evening, who would love to have been here, and my father, who's always in my thoughts every day, and I miss dearly. To my brothers and sisters, your love and unrelenting belief in me through sickness and health, through hard times and good times, helped me understand that anything is possible. To my wife, Danny, and my children, Erica, Brianna, Ashton, Ryan, and Abigail, who all believed in me every step of the way, thank you for standing by me as I followed my dream and for being a part of this incredible journey. Thank you all for your patience and understanding. I'm so proud and lucky to have you in my life and by my side. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Let me end by saying that what I really love about Linden of 2020 is our diversity. Linden is the 9th most diverse city in the state. We're a community of many colors and languages and faiths. For those of you who like me, who have prospered in this great country of ours, I say that we should welcome those who come to Linden seeking a better life. Let's not build a higher wall, but let's build a bigger table so that everyone can sit at it. God bless you. God bless this great city of Linden. God bless the United States of America. And thank you for allowing me to be your mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Armstead. At this time, I too would also like to congratulate our elected and re-elected and newly elected officials. Councilman Javik, congratulations. Councilwoman Caldwell, congratulations. Councilwoman Cosby, congratulations. Councilman Strano, congratulations. And Councilman Blaine, once again, congratulations to you. All right. I also like to reiterate what the mayor said. I want to thank the department heads for all their hard work that they did in 2019, and we look forward to working with them. And I also look forward to working with our council members again this year. We're starting a new page in 2020, and we have a lot of work to do, as the mayor had mentioned, all these projects moving the city forward, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. At this time, we'll have presentations and comments from members of the public. Is there a sign-in sheet? While our city clerk is getting that, I'd like to welcome some of our officials that are here. As I mentioned, our county clerk was here. Joanne Rajapi, I think she left, okay. We have former council president here, George Alvarez. Okay. And the mayor had mentioned we have commissioners from the Board of Education. We have Doris Johnson, Katarina Kozak, Carlos Rivas, Sinead Gillian is here, as well as our newly elected Carlos Rivas. So congratulations, and we look forward to working with the Board of Ed. I would also like to, at this time, congratulate our committee people that are here this evening. There's many of you here, so congratulations on your reelection in June. Okay. I'd like to call Mayor Armstead forward.
every year it's been a tradition that we give our newly elected members a little small token of our appreciation. And this year we have a token of our appreciation from Joe Bodek, who's the president of the Democratic Club, and we have a gift from myself, who's the chairman of the Linden City Democratic Committee. So we have a gift for Barry Javik. Congratulations. Councilman Ralph Stratter.
Okay. Ida St. John?
My first name is Aida. It's an opera, very famous, written by Giuseppe Verdi, made famous on Broadway by Elton John and Tim Rice. It's not your problem, it's my problem. My whole
Sorry,
life I've been
I
explaining it.
apologize.
That's quite all right. I was born in Linden many years ago, and I resided here for 70 years before moving to Galway after marriage. I am here in support of Roshana Cosby, who, in my humble opinion, was wrongly censured at the last meeting. She is president of the Linden Lions Club, secretary district of the J16 in the Lions Club, and I have always found her to be very honest, always speaking the truth and nothing but the truth, which maybe some people can't handle. In my observance, since I wasn't at too many of these meetings, but the last meeting it seemed that it was very, very biased, and the odds were stacked against Roshana. And in support of her, I will end my sentence now. Aida.
Thank you for your comments. Okay, we'll now have comments from the members of the council. We're going to start with Councilman Javik.
First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate all my fellow elected officials. And I am very grateful to the residents of the Second Ward for giving me this opportunity of another term. In addition, a huge thank you to the mayor, Danny, Debbie, Alex, Michelle, Dan, and our team, everyone who participated in my re-election. It's much easier to achieve our goal with an empowered group behind you. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a happy new year.
Thank you, Councilman Javik. Councilwoman Caldwell?
My speech is not going to be as short. Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening, Mayor Armstead, Council President Yamakaitis, council members, Third Ward neighbors, City of Linden, friends, and family. I am excited and humbled to be elected as the first African-American woman as the Third Ward Councilwoman. I want to thank God for ordering my steps. I do not take this responsibility lightly. I will represent the Third Ward with respect, professionalism, dignity, decorum, and dedication. Today, Third Ward, you have spoken loud and clear. Today, we have won. I want to thank all of my Third Ward neighbors for supporting me. I want to thank my husband, Raymond Caldwell, who is my soulmate and my backbone. If it were not for him, I would not be standing here today. To my wonderful sons, Trevor and Tyler, thank you for supporting Mommy. I love you and continue to make me proud. Always keep your eye on the prize and remember you could do anything you put your mind to doing. To my mom and dad, Ramona and Winfield Buell, thanks for being a driving force in my life. You supported me in everything I've done in life, from sending me to college, teaching me about finances, people skills, and a hard work ethic. My dad was the first African-American Mr. Sunday Softy truck, and his name was Mr. Sunday because he would have had to pay Mr. Softy for his name, so he was smart in doing so. He had his own ice cream truck business for over 25 years. My mother worked for Union County for over 30 years. Together, they raised a councilwoman that's sitting before you now. To the Honorable Mayor Armstead, I want to thank you for supporting me. I've known you all my life. You worked hard in your position. Some people will sooner or later embrace the change because it's your season. When everyone counted you out, you stayed focused. When they did everything to keep you out, you hit the pavement. Mayor, remember, small minds can't comprehend big spirits. To be great, you have to be willing to be mocked, hated, misunderstood. Stay strong. I respect you for moving Linden forward. You have built up areas in Linden where my parents didn't want me hanging out at, St. George Avenue. Continue to keep coloring outside the lines while bringing revenue and businesses to Linden with no tax increases for the working class. Thank you, First Lady, Mayor Armstead's wife. You are a strong reason for this win. I would not be standing here without you behind the scenes of your dedication, determination, and strategic thinking. Thank you. Honorable Council President Michelle Yamakaitis, I am so happy to see our first woman as council president. When people have gone low, you have gone high, and that is a skill that you have to develop. I've learned so much from you during this process, and it is an honor to be working with you and going forward. Thank you for all your help. I want to thank my campaign manager, Danny Yamakaitis, Councilwoman Ormond, Councilman Blaine, Councilman Strano, Councilman Javits. I want to thank my committee members, Ricardo Nix, Raymond Caldwell, Velma Pringle, Giovanna Callan, and Bobby Butler. Thank you for all your support. I want to thank my brother Keith, Michelle Hayes, Randy Belly, Faith Bailey, Janelle Henderson from Jumpin' Bunny Academy, Felicia Land Smith, Diane Wright, Ashley Judah, Anissa Light, and Mark Light, and Carlos Rivas, Doris Johnson Brown, Shannon McNeil, Nadia Moses, Paige and Debbie, Alex Laspinosa, and again, thank you, Third Ward, for placing my signs on your lawns, taking the time to talk to me, and taking the time to vote for me. I'm not here because I listened to character assassinators. I'm here because Third Ward made sure I won by a 62% margin and 110 more votes. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Maya Angelou. Weak people want revenge, strong people forgive, and intelligent people ignore. That is,
You need additional time?
yes. Not engaging in ignorance is wisdom. Until you ignore ignorance, neglect, negativity, disregard, disrespect, you're not ready for the next level of success. It's not for the weak. I've ignored the character assassinators, and I will continue to ignore. As I promised you, Third Ward, my focus is to move this city forward and to work with everyone. This is the Third Ward season. They have selected me for a reason. Even though there are some that question my character with treason, Third Ward has selected an overachiever. Even though there's a small group of crows who are disbelievers, you elected a winner. Even though I'm a new councilwoman beginner, God has given me favor. Those who are favored of God know that God is with them and nothing can happen to them apart from his good purpose. Romans 8:28. Thank you very much, and I congratulate Councilman Javits, Councilman Strano, Councilman Blaine, Councilwoman Rashana Crosby. Thank you very much.
Councilwoman Rashana Cosby.
Thank you, Council President. So this is my fourth consecutive term as councilwoman for the Fifth Ward, first African-American woman elected to the city council, and I think that our ward has come a long way. Some folks have moved in, passed on, but our ward has continued to support positive, accountable leadership. I want to thank everybody who supported the campaign, especially my family. We had some stuff that we were going through, but we have come out on top as usual. I want to thank my neighbors, those who give me phone calls, texts, and emails with things happening in our ward, because without you, I would not be able to do my job effectively. And the voters of the Fifth Ward who have 4 times brought me over to be the councilwoman. So I'm excited for 2021, 2022, and 2020. The highlight for my last term was the Cranford Avenue paving project. That was a long time coming. It was finally done. I'm excited for that. We had some lights installed also in the Fifth Ward to brighten up areas that were dark and dangerous. I'm looking forward to working on the goals and revisiting other items that I've proposed in the past. Most notably is the New Jersey Department of Transportation, myself, our mayor and police chief, the Roselle mayor and police chief, we're working to get safety at St. George's Avenue, at the crosswalk, at the Save-A-Lot. So people have lost their lives, and I believe wholeheartedly that we should have a push to stop, and I've been working to that end. We're gonna have a meeting at the end of the month. So when the pedestrians are crossing to and fro, they press the light, and the light turns red. Now it only turns yellow. So that's something that I'm going to be working on this year. And I'm also going to reintroduce the Public Safety Commission, because the literature that we received in August asked us as citizens to work with the governing body or the administration for safety. And I believe that the Public Safety Commission, a voice from every member in the community from each ward, is the only way that we can do that. And it was approved. Well, it went to committee and then it died. So a lot of stuff happens like that, but I never give up. So I'm gonna keep on trying to get, public safety. But what's most important for me is the voice of the people to be heard, because I have an idea, but everybody else has a different one. So everybody should have a seat at the table. And that's something I'm gonna work on. And I'm excited that my calendar is already published, as it is every December. The calendar is published on Facebook. If you want a copy of the calendar, you can email me, I'll send you a copy. If you want to get a copy, I'll also post it on Rashana.com. The events that we do in the Fifth Ward are regular. They're staples. Community meetings, we started the celebration of Black History when I got elected. This will be our 10th anniversary on February the 25th. We've been doing it every year, and I'm very proud that we started with 5 kids and 4 posters. And, it's a citywide event, and everybody celebrates, and I'm looking forward to that this year. If anybody has any questions or concerns, just give me a call, 908-718-7933, or email me at rcosby@linden-nj.org. I am hopeful, and I am looking forward to, a year where we can all work together and put our pride aside. Our politics is what it is, but what's most important is what we do for our neighbors. What happens in the Fifth Ward affects what happens in the 10th Ward. What happens in the First Ward affects what happens in the Fourth Ward. So we need to come together and work together and get things done for the city, all politics aside. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a public servant, and that's what I'm here for. I'm going to be here for 3 more years. I'm going to be speaking the truth, period. And that concludes my comments.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Ralph Strano.
Thank you, Council President. I myself would like to congratulate my running mates, Councilman Javik, Councilwoman Caldwell, Councilwoman Cosby, Councilman Blaine, both on their elections and their re-elections. I certainly look forward to working with you in the future. My comments that I wrote down basically read like a Reader's Digest version of the mayor and the council president's speeches or addresses. But just bear with me. I basically want to make this a commentary, a positive note. First, I want to thank my wife, Mary Beth, and my family for continuing to support me. It's been a long road, and my candidacy, for all the hard work she is putting in as a volunteer that I volunteered for, and I know I'm going to pay for this someday. I volunteered her, she didn't volunteer herself. But I want to say thank you to all of those people that are volunteering. There's many committees, many unsung heroes in the city of Linden, but none of the events that we have here that are so successful happen with a lot of people putting in their own time, in some cases reaching into their own pockets, and I just want to say thank you to all of them. I just want to congratulations go out to our 7th Ward Committee people. They continue to provide coverage and help me answer the needs of our residents. They are in 7-1, Mary Beth Strano. 7-2 is Laura Sassarak and Vinny De Silva. And welcome aboard, Vinny. This is his first go at it. In 7-3, our longtime and probably our oldest and continuing committee woman, Pauline Blahuda, and Emerito Ruiz as her counterpart. I want to say a big thank you to Sissy. Without her support and campaign help, I don't think I'd be sitting here. I want to also thank, there's a whole family of supporters that make these campaigns successful. And I'm just going to mention 2 families because I know there's many, many more, but the Armsteads for opening up their house, and the Yamakaitis for their team and their intelligence and all the work that they do. I want to thank the City Democratic Committee, the City Democratic Club, and the 7th Ward Democratic Club for their continuing support and endorsements as I venture into these candidacies. Also, I'd also be remiss if I didn't thank all those residents of the 7th Ward for continuing to vote for me. I start my, do the math here, 15th, 16th year as a councilman. I have a long way to go to catch up to the mayor, but it's a vote of confidence that I want you to know I do not take for granted, and I will vow to be responsive and make sure that all that Linden has to offer you is available to you. Also, I want to thank my council president, Michelle Yamakaitis, my colleagues on council here for working together and their support in various committees that we work together on. And thank you, Mayor Armstead, for being a leader that works with this council to keep making Linden a social and economic climber in the state of New Jersey. It goes without saying that none of the work that this governing body engages in would bear fruit without the cooperation and efforts of all our city employees. Thank all of you for putting in the honest efforts that make Linden a great little city to live in. We couldn't do it without you. The mayor's report stated that we have made great strides in the past couple of years, and probably the largest redevelopment project in New Jersey is currently in progress in the 7th Ward. With this new development, we're experiencing more growth and prosperity that will benefit all of us in Linden in one form or another. And my job as a councilman of that ward is to ensure that any negative impact to our ward will be minimized or mitigated completely. I'll continue working hard the next 3 years to make sure that that is a reality. Lastly, we closed out 2019 on an upward spiral and on a positive note. We move into the next decade. Good luck, Godspeed to all, and once again, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Strano. Now I'd like to call on the remaining members of council. We'll start with Councilwoman Lisa Ormond.
Thank you, Council President. First and foremost, I would like to take the time to wish the residents of the 1st Ward in the city of Linden a healthy and happy and prosperous new year. 2020 signifies perfect vision. You're able to see more clearly than what others can. So let's make 2020 the year of our perfect vision for our 1st Ward. I'd like to congratulate 2nd Ward Councilman Barry Javik, 3rd Ward Councilwoman Monique Caldwell, 5th Ward Councilwoman Rashana Cosby, 7th Ward Councilwoman Ralph Strano, and to also congratulate for the second time the 8th Ward Councilman Garnett Blaine. Garnett is going to officially start his first full year with us on council. So once again, congratulations to all and welcome. Welcome to the craziness, but welcome to being more than just a council person, but being a public servant, because that's truly what we are. I'd also like to take the time to thank the committee people who ran on the ticket with me in November. We picked up 4 out of the 6 seats. Barbara Lescouffair and her husband Thierry Lescouffair, thank them for all of their hard work. My husband and I ran in I-District, and he's my biggest supporter, my biggest cheerleader, and without him, I couldn't do any of this. I had 2 others that ran but did not win, but I also want to say that you don't have to win a committee seat to be dedicated to your community. So I'd like to just personally thank Sandra Vasquez, because she ran as one of our committee people, and while she did not get elected, Sandra has been one of the biggest champions, not only in the 1st Ward, but in the city of Linden, with her work and dedication to the Municipal Alliance. So Sandy, I want to thank you with all my heart for everything that you have helped me with and everything that you continue to do for the city of Linden. Thank you so much. Last but not least, I'm just going to say to the whole entire 1st Ward, we've got a wonderful community. I'm embracing everyone. Come out, let's take part in some of the activities that we're having. Let's work together, not just for the 1st Ward, but let's work together for all wards, because what happens in the 1st Ward touches the 2nd Ward, it touches the 3rd Ward. So once again, congratulations to all of the elected officials, all the newly elected officials. I look forward to working with each and every one of you to continue to move the great city of Linden forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Councilman Alfred Muhammad is excused tonight. I'd like to send my get well wishes to him, but he asked that I extend his congratulations to all the re-elected and newly elected officials on his behalf. So on behalf of Councilman Muhammad, congratulations. Okay, at this time, I'd like to call on Councilman John Francis Roman.
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to be quick. Good evening, Linden. Happy New Year. Tonight is about our newly elected and re-elected council members. I want to not take up too much of your time. Congratulations on your re-election, Councilman Javik, Councilwoman Cosby, Councilman Strano, and congratulations sincerely, Councilwoman Caldwell and Councilman Blaine. Serve with honor and honesty and integrity. I'm going to save the 6th Ward issues till the 21st, which is our next meeting, but I just want to say that I truly believe that this council has taken a turn, and things that in this city are going to get a lot better. So keep the faith, and I'm very hopeful for the future. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Roman. Councilman Garnett Blaine.
Excuse me, I have a cold. I just want to congratulate all the re-elected and newly elected officials that are on the council. I want to say Happy New Year to all the Linden residents, but a special Happy New Year's go out to the 8th Ward for electing me and believing in me. And for those of you who know me, it's been a short period of time, but I hit the ground running. I've knocked on doors, I've tried to resolve problems. I'm out here in the streets. So when you see me, if I haven't met you yet, it's not of dislike or anything. It's just that I'm trying to work and get around to everyone. I promise you that I'll do my due diligence, and to my neighbors, we'll try to make it clean and safe, and make sure that we get all the services that our taxes are paying for. So with that, further ado, I'll turn my time back over. Happy New Year, and I look forward to working with everyone on council.
Thank you, Councilman Blaine. Councilman Armando Medina.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. First, I want to wish the residents of the 9th Ward and the city of Linden a healthy, prosperous, and blessed 2020. I also want to congratulate everyone on their elections and re-elections. I look forward to working with everyone to help this city move forward in a responsible direction. Also, just real quick notes, for the 9th Ward residents, I look forward to tackling issues in our community, and I'm honored to represent you on this dais. With that being said, again, everyone just have a blessed 2020. Looking forward to 2020, and that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Medina. Councilwoman Gretchen Hickey.
Thank you, Council President. I just would like to wish everybody a very happy, healthy, and blessed 2020. To our newly elected council members, I just wanted to say congratulations to them, and not only to them, but all the proud family members that are here tonight in the audience. Running an election is not an easy job to do, and it takes away a lot from your family. And I look forward to working with them with transparency, honesty, and respect for each other during 2020. It's time for us all to come together. I'm going to leave it at that because tonight is your night to shine and your family's night to shine. And congratulations to all.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hickey. At this time, the council needs to elect a council president pro temp. Are there any nominations?
Council President, I'd like to nominate Ralph Strano for position of Council Pro Temp.
Second.
Okay. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano? Blaine?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Okay.
Thank you, colleagues. I really appreciate that vote of confidence. I really do.
Okay, Councilman Strano, I'd like to ask you to come forward to be sworn in by our city clerk, or a person of your choice, but Mary Beth. Mrs. Strano, would you please come forward also?
I, Ralph Strano, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
That I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
under
the authority of the people,
the authority of the
and
people,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly perform all the duties of the office of Council President Pro Tem
perform all the duties of the office of Council President Pro Tem
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Councilman Strano. Okay, there are no consent items on for tonight. We have resolutions 2021 through 2020. Public comments will be permitted for those specific resolutions to be removed from the consent approval. Each member of the public shall be given up to 3 minutes to speak on a resolution that they requested to be removed from the agenda. If they request more than one resolution to be removed, regardless of the number, they will be given a total of 5 minutes to speak on all. Please read the synopsis of the resolutions, which have been prepared by the city clerk's office. Each is informative and self-explanatory. However, if you wish to address a specific resolution, the council will entertain questions on it. Does anyone wish to remove resolutions number 1 through 20? Mrs. Malik? 12? 12 and what?
1, 6, 11, 12.
18. Okay, anyone else? Okay, Mrs. Malik, please come forward, state your name and address, please. Well, actually, I'm going to call for a vote on the remaining resolutions.
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to accept Resolutions 2020-1 through 20, excluding number 1, number 6, number 11, number 12, and number 18, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Cosby?
I abstain on number 4, yes to the others that weren't pulled.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, Mrs. Malik?
Virginia Malik, Lenape Road. Wish I had my reading glasses. So on the first one, what are these newspapers? What are they for? What's the content? And who's directing what the content that's going in here and who's paying for it? So that's number 1. On number 6, is this really a new cash management plan? Because I thought we had one. And then on number 11, we have this company that is supposed to be the auditors, but auditors for what? And they say, and professional services. So what are those professional services for, the $99,000? And then on number 12, I thought maybe I'm wrong, but I thought we did away with the Humane Society. We used to have a group, but I thought we don't have a group for the Humane Society in the city of Linden. Maybe I'm wrong. And then on number 18, if someone could explain, for 2016, there's a refunding services of roughly $2.9 million, if someone can explain that.
All right, resolution number 1, Mr. Bodek?
Sure.
Can you please name the newspaper?
This is our official newspapers. That's where we place our legal ads. The city of Linden pays for those ads. It's notices such as award of contracts, the meeting schedules, etc.
What's the name of the newspaper? I mean,
The Star Ledger, the local source, Home News Tribune, and I think Las Vas.
The Patriot.
The cash management plan, number 6, each year, the city has to adopt it. This is the same resolution that was on, because it's a new year for the city, so it's the same one as was in 2019.
okay.
Number 11, they will do their auditors, and they will also provide professional advice to the treasurer's office as to the service, as to comments on things like budget and additional help with meeting the requirements of state statutes and rules and regulations.
So the auditors is for the treasurer's office?
For the city of Linden as a whole.
Oh, okay.
They audit the entire city and all its expenditures every year.
Mhm.
Okay. Ms. Koblis, on the Associated Humane Society, can you please come up?
In 2014, when we closed our local animal shelter, we needed to contract for animal control services, and we've been contracting with Associated Humane Society for animal control services.
Okay, and number 18, Ms. Figueredo, would you be able to explain that, please?
The 2016 refunding was almost like a refinancing of several bonds that we had that were condensed together to bring the rate down and the payments down over a period of time.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Mallon. Okay, can we have a motion on all the remaining resolutions, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolutions 2020-1, 6, 11, and 18, and ask for a second, please.
Number 12.
12 and 18, I'm sorry.
And second?
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Cosby?
Abstain on 11, yes to the rest.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Yes.
Blaine? Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, before I give out, there are no ordinances on first reading for this month. Okay, I will be giving out the committee assignments to the members of council. This is the committees they will be assigned to for the 2020. But before we adjourn the meeting, I'd like to announce on behalf of Mayor Armstead, myself, Councilman Javik, Councilwoman Monique Caldwell, Councilwoman Roshana Cosby, Councilman Strano, and the Linden City Democratic Club. We invite you to John T. Gregorio Center, located behind City Hall, for snack and refreshments. And the next council meeting will be held as follows: Tuesday, January 21st, 2020, at 5 p.m. in the council office, City Hall. That will be the caucus meeting, and we have the council meeting Tuesday, January 21st, 2020, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers in City Hall. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.